I'm trying not to think about you. Think about you. Glad you liked it. Cause I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying not to think about you. I like the song a decent amount. I'm a moderate Selena Gomez fan. I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to admit it here. But yeah, so as you guys might be able to see here, down here, match 2, it says nullified. We had that weird Wall of Roots bug, and that wasn't actually the reason we lost the match. We timed out, kind of because of that bug. So I just shot Wiz an email, and they nullified that match. But that means that we are 1-2 in this league. So we still got to go 2-0 here to kind of try to salvage this. So that's the plan. Going to play 2 league matches here with the Kiki Chord deck. And it'll just be a really short... Yeah, I've never seen that either. But basically because I didn't finish the league, I guess they were able to go in. And assuming this doesn't bug us out anymore, I believe we will get a total of 6 matches for this league, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my plan is to do these 2 matches, and then Ixidor's Dreams and I are going to record some versus series thing. I don't know if I should spoil the matchup or tease the matchup, but on which side of that would be. But that should be sweet regardless. You can check out our respective YouTube channels to see that in the coming week. I'm going to keep this. I've got to set up the autoplay. All right, we'll put on Bad Liar again. Ooh, what is this? What is this action here? Thraben Inspector. So searching our library might be a little bit difficult against this opponent. But I kind of like this matchup, I think. Oh yeah, it's definitely Iganjo Castle Thraben Inspector. I 100% put my opponent on mono white. I mean, it could be white green or something just as easily, you know. It's easy to splash a color in this deck, but though I guess maybe you wouldn't play this in anything other than mono white, because you could just play like Noble Hayek or something. That's a hell of a lot better. But yeah, this is like a Restoration Angel Flicker Wisp deck. Not to think about you. Not to think about you. I really like this song. I just heard it for the first time the other day, and it's decent. If you're watching on YouTube, there is no song. I'm not just going crazy, but you just can't hear the song. Do I want to start fetching out lands? I kind of want to start fetching now before my opponent can play a Mind Sensor or an Arbiter. So let's just make our mana a little bit better. I do want to keep some number of basics still in the deck so that we do have Ghost Quarter targets. So that is something to keep in mind, Ghost Quarter and Path to Exile targets. But it also makes a lot of sense to play around whatever that other card is while we can here. Now, my opponent cannot play an Arbiter and Path to Exile us because of Thalia. Thalia is going to make all non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast, so I can't Evolution either. We'll take that damage. I don't know what you mean. Ixidors seems pragmatic. I just don't know what pragmatic means. I mean, maybe I do, but I can't use context clues. Yeah, so they are splashing blue here, and they are going for the Leonin Arbiter Ghost Quarter strategy. And I have to click no because of the Arbiter here. So yeah, part of me also wants to even just keep open 2 mana at all points so that I can pay for Arbiter. Doesn't seem crazy to me. I think I'm just going to say Mountain Go. Voice of Resurgence is going to do much better on defense than it would on offense. We got Wastelanded, but honestly not a huge deal, all things considered. Alright, Reflector Mage, bounce my voice, and then smack for 5. Well, that's a little punishing. Yeah, so now I think I just Eternal Witness back my Temple Garden. We're getting beat down here. We're going to need a Fiery Justice stat. Fiery Justice would be pretty insane, as it always is. Yeah, I don't know if you were saying that it was good. Did you mean to say that it's good or bad to do? If you let me know which of those that you meant, then I will agree or disagree with you. Clearly, it worked out well for us. So if you were saying it was good, then I agree with you. So here I can just go and get, like, Huntmaster of the Fells. No, I can't. It's going to cost me 2 mana to search through a deck. I'm going to say... I think I'm actually free to block because I'm going to play Voice, which can then block Leon and Arbiter next turn. Okay, you meant good. Yeah, I don't like our spot here at all. I really have no idea what I want to do on this block. I think I'm just going to take it. It just feels so bad to block a Thraben Inspector. I think it was probably right to do so, but it's close either way. Alright, and here comes a Copter. Oh, that's a good use for Thraben Inspector or for Leon and Arbiter. Alright, so I can Blood Moon and die. I can play Voice of Resurgence and die. Let's concede. This might be the quickest stream ever. If I lose a game, that means we're already out. So, That's pretty much all we need to see. Worship seems great against something like this, though. I think I like Baloth as well. Kitchen Finks is great. And not Tireless Tracker as much as Wreck Sage. Spark Mage seems good, too. Pride Mage is great. And Path to Exile is great. These cards are all just okay here. I don't think that they're anything that we need to play. But, yeah, all these seem good. Wreck Sage, at the very least, and Qasali Pride Mage are going to be able to snag Copters. So those seem good just for that purpose. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Selfless Spirit at all, really. It allows you to block. Yeah, Pride Mage for Vile, Copter, and sideboard cards. Scavenging Ooze is like sometimes really good, sometimes mediocre. I think we don't need Obstinate Baloth, maybe. I think the first Scavenging Ooze might be better than Obstinate Baloth. They are a Reflector Mage deck, so what is that going to change? Not too much, really. Reflector Mage is really bad against Restoration Angel. Just like for a myriad of reasons, though they're going to have their own Restoration Angels too. I think Cunning Spark Mage is going to be pretty good here. And they're unlikely to really have too many effective ways to deal with Worship. Inferno Titan's a little bit big. Basically, we're getting to play one Scavenging Ooze. We're not playing Tireless Tracker. We're not playing Baloth. We're not playing Linvala or Aven Mind Sensor. And we're not trying to cut them off of blue mana, which is honestly a pretty reasonable thing to do. Try to just cut them off of blue mana, and then they can't play some of their haymakers. Because they could be a Spell Queller deck, which isn't as good with Flicker as the Reflector Mages. I think our combo is pretty good against them as well. Searching is kind of bad. Maybe we could take out Chord of Calling for Tireless Tracker. I actually don't hate that. Try to draw cards rather than search through our deck too many times. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, we'll keep this hand as well. This hand seems wunderbar. We've got a Birds of Paradise and a Fiery Justice. So that's pretty much exactly what you're looking for here. A little bit afeared about this getting Ghost Quartered, but I'm going to go ahead and play into Ghost Quarter and such this game just to keep as many basics as possible in our deck, optimize or maximize our chances of just being able to play this Inferno Titan. And would you look at that? A Reclamation Sage target. That sounds great. Again, I can crack my fetch land now to play around Leonin Arbiter. Don't actually think I have to this game. Yeah, I don't have to. I'm going to just prioritize taking less damage here and blow up the Vial. That is true. Tireless Tracker is also a big creature. Oh, my opponent's on a whole lot of nothing here. Do they have follow-up Aether Vials? They must. Yes, okay. So follow-up Aether Vials. We are then looking for Restoration Angels then. Can pod Bird into... Wait, can I pod Wall into a Resto this turn? I think I can, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can. So we are going to crack Windswept Heath, go and get a Forest, play a Wall of Roots. I should smack for 2. Should have tapped my Stomping Grounds maybe. My opponent's eyeing up this Ghost Quarter here. Yeah, I'm gonna refer to Evolution as pod. It's just easier. Just easier on everybody. So we evolution away Wall of Roots. We go get Restoration Angel. We Restoration Angel Reclamation Sage. And we say yes to that and yes to that. And my opponent feels even worse. All right, now what do they have? A Copter. Sounds good. Copter is alive, but my opponent is probably pretty unlikely to be able to animate an attack with that. They're going to need to find a Plains to do so. Or any white source. All right, what are you doing over there, Selena? All right, that is a pretty good one drop to throw down here. So that's going to stop Rex Sage from attacking. It's going to let them draw a card and potentially draw even more out of it. We're just going to smash with Kitchen and Resto, hit them for 3, and then play another Kitchen Finks. Nothing too nutty here. All you got to do is say yes. So, my opponent can trade Smuggler's Copter for the first half of Kitchen Finks. Seems pretty mediocre. They do get to what? They get to loot or something? Yeah. Yeah, crack your clue. I'm fine with this. I don't think you can really be too upset when this happens. They do draw their card before they loot, which is pretty smart. Get rid of a Leonin Arbiter, makes sense. Alright, I go back up to 20, and then I'm going to go up to 22 on our main phase 2 here. I'm not worried about White Weenie slamming a Wrath of God against us. They could theoretically play Dusk Dawn, but even that's not great against our deck. It'll kill 1 Kitchen Finks and Restoration Angel. Alright, another Copter. See, now I can just attack with both of my creatures, though, too. Unless my opponent... No, they have to have a follow-up play. Because they didn't spend either of this mana last turn. Alright, so now they're either holding open Path to Exile manas, or they are planning on playing a creature main phase 2 here. So how boned are we by a Path to Exile here, even? If I attack with everything, my opponent blocks the Kitchen Finks or the Restoration Angel, takes 7 and goes to 1. If I attack with just Kitchen Finks and Restoration Angel, they take 3, go to 5. And if they have Path to Exile, I attack with everything, they Path Kitchen Finks, block Reclamation Sage, take 5, go to 3. I think I'm just going to smash with Kitchen Finks and Resto. Though the other side of that is I can, if they block Reclamation Sage or Kitchen Finks, I can just finish it off with Fiery Justice post-combat. And they'll only gain 3 life because I'll kill the Inspector too. Though I don't want to kill Inspector. I just want to play Noble Hierarch and win with Inferno Titan next turn. So I think I attack with everything. If my opponent has Path to Exile here, I get to play Inferno Titan next turn, and I'm not really that upset. So realizing that, I think it's correct to just attack with everything. Because our worst case scenario involves me casting an Inferno Titan next turn. Yep, they've got the Path to Exile. Kitchen Finks is going to get pathed. We will go ahead and... Now, if they have 2 Path to Exiles for Resto and Kitchen Finks, it's a little bit lame. They still take 2, drop to 6. We can still Fiery Justice to clear their board here if we don't hit them for enough. So definitely want to use Path to Exile's ability. Let's just go ahead and get Forest, even though we do have a Fire Breather online soon. My opponent drops to 3. So play a Noble Hierarch. So Inferno Titan is lethal next turn. all I have to do is cast Inferno Titan. If I cast Fiery Justice, my opponent will gain 3, go up to 6, at which point I've got to do some more work here. So I think I'm just going to say go, hang on to Fiery Justice, and plan on just Inferno balling my opponent on our next main phase here. My opponent would need to gain life, make us discard Inferno Titan, Nevermore or Meddling Mage Inferno Titan, or silence us. This looks like Reflector Mage on Kitchen Finks. That's going to be more than okay. Oh, you're telling me I can't cast my Kitchen Finks right now? That really stinks. That really stinks that I can't cast my Kitchen Finks. I guess I'll settle for this guy. Easy. Easy. Alright, so Inferno Titan was sweet. I still don't see how my opponent beats Worship ever. They've got to blink all of our dudes. This seems like maybe the best matchup for Worship. They've got a blink in path, or bounce in path is what I meant to say, all of our dudes. I guess they can flicker our dudes as well. My opponent does play a decent amount of non-basics. Do we want access to 1 Magus of the Moon? Cut Chord of Calling? Alright, I'll try this. Seems weird to board out a tutor card and board in a tutor target, but Eldritch Evolution is really the tutor target that we're looking for. It's a little bit cheaper. They're about the same, but Chord of Calling requires, like, maybe 7 mana on average, where Evolution's only going to require 5 mana here. Sand seems great. I'm hoping for no Aether Vial, because that card's just a little bit more annoying. There's Thraben Inspector. I think I can just prioritize saving my life total here. I've got more than enough fetch lands. I don't need to go and get a Stomping Grounds here. Of course, though Noble Hierarch and Farce both don't tap for red, we still have more than enough red sources left in our hand, though. Alright, smack for 1, and then say go? Nah, they've got some more cards. Unlucky. Thalia. Alright, probably not going to use Thalia here. Probably just going to say Sacred Foundry, or not use Path to Exile here, I mean. Alright, so we take 3 now. Wow, my opponent's done after that. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to wait. I'll be a little bit greedy and try to get some big Fiery Justice values here. I don't mind waiting a little bit. Let's play Wooded Foothills. Not blocking, might as well attack. So I guess maybe Reflector Mage is coming out now. Oh, the Clue token. Oh, the Clue. And now they're planning on, like, restoing or something. Still not really super sure. I assume this is Reflector Mage. No, it's nothing. Weird. Okay. So we do need to continue to grab red sources, so I'm just going to grab Stomping Grounds here. I guess my opponent is playing around Fiery Justice. Kiki Jiki is a really weird card to play as your first creature, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to Path to Exile Thalia. And I think I'm going to do that like, I don't know, I don't want to do it now, but I don't want to... I don't want to let my opponent untap with Restoration Angel. I could just Fiery this board. It's not great. You know what? I think my opponent's sitting on more Thalias, too. We're going to let these beats continue to happen for a little bit here. I think my opponent's got too many Thalias and Path to Exiles in their hands. I think that's what the problem is. And, oops, meant to crack that fetch there, but not a huge deal. Opponent's got 5 cards in hand. All right. No Restoration Angel. So we might see an end of turn Path to Exile on Wall of Roots here, if my opponent wants to continue to get in with Thalia. Yeah, that's pretty okay. So that takes them off having that. I think I do Path them back here. Because I don't want my life total to go too low. This still lets us keep Fiery Justice. I would rather save my path for a Restoration Angel or something like that, but I think we can be okay with this exchange here. Alright, take 1. I'm going to drop down to 5 here from cracking my fetch lands. Opponent really has nothing. Watch them just slam Sun Titan this turn. That would be nuts. Yeah, I agree. 8 life points. Time to use a Path to Exile. Alright, they're going to flicker and draw another card, but then we're going to get to clean up this board with Fiery Justice. We're not really getting that great of value. Oh, they're just flooded as well. Alright, I'm going to crack my fetch lands now. Alright, so my opponent gets another clue token. That part's a little bit awkward. We also have Worship that we get to play right now. I still want to kill Thraben Inspector because it's going to let my opponent draw cards, which potentially could amount to an answer to Worship. But I'm just going to play Worship and Fiery Justice this turn. That's right? Yeah. I should have played the Forest, so I could have played Worship here without losing any, and still being able to attack them. Okay, you know what? This is a pretty good interaction then, too. My opponent did wind up having a Spell Queller. But now I get to hang on to arguably the more important effect. I really didn't put them on Spell Queller after all that. Alright, so now we just have to hope our Noble Hierarch doesn't get Path to Exiled, which I think it might. I think we lose here. Yeah. I think we're dead. Okay. All my opponent has to do is find a Restoration Angel, a Flicker Wisp, or a Path to Exile. That looks like a Flicker Wisp. No, Leonin Arbiter. Okay, we got ourselves a game here, boys. They're going to double Ghost Quarter me here. Alright, so my Kiki-Jiki's stranded. I need to draw Birds of Paradise to turn on Kiki-Jiki, but they need to draw a lot to get through. Actually, they just need to draw one spell still, because I'm not playing my Kiki-Jiki now. So, this is going to be a hype one. We got 11 minutes to pull out a win. And they just need to find one piece of spot removal. Unless they're toying with their food here. That would be pretty nasty if they attack for 6. Yeah, just a Flicker Wisp attack. That means that they don't have a kill. Alright, well, Worship we knew was the sturdier part of this combo already. So this isn't that relevant, but... So if they draw a Restoration Angel, they can... blink their Flicker Wisp, and then they can flicker my Noble Hierarch. If they draw a Flicker Wisp, they can flicker my Noble Hierarch. And if they draw a Path to Exile, they can path my Noble Hierarch. I don't know what their other outs are. Every creature that we draw is insane. Any creature is pretty much the best draw in our deck. They're also going to need, like, Echoing Truth or some crazy shit like that. All right, here goes our Sacred Foundry. Kiki-Jiki's done. Kiki-Jiki is done for. Oh, I meant to play Cunning Spark Mage. And I'm going to main phase this Cunning Spark Mage to kill Flicker Wisp. It will also 15 them, but now Oh, wait, Restoration Angel already wasn't an out. Okay, no, we should start Cunning Spark Maging them. We found our win condition. We have them on a 15-turn clock. Kitchen Finks is not really super relevant. Just going to do this now so I can have 6. Yeah, I think Worship. I think they do need to worship us. Good one. Yeah, I think we won this game. As dumb as this shit is right now. Yeah, sure. Put us back down to 1. I told you this is a good Worship matchup. Pro-green, pro-black, not pro-worship. Ooh, I got a Resto now. So I could use this to kill my opponent's Leonin Arbiter or something, too. That's pretty close. Let's just continue Cunning Spark Maging them. I'm going to start doing the Cunning Spark Mages on the end step from now on, though. And I'm actually just going to hang on to this Resto until they try to path my Cunning Spark Mage. Because I think that this Resto, or this Cunning Spark Mage is important enough that might as well just try to protect it from a Path to Exile. You can also protect Cunning Spark Mage by having it ping itself in response to a Path to Exile, which is pretty good too. All right, there is one more step towards Kiki-Jiki mana. Still don't have MTG bot set up, but just have to watch the clock, and we got over 9 minutes. This one's donezo. All right, there's an evolution, so I could win the game this turn. Is that good? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think so. What was the other card that I said I might want? I can't remember it. What else did I say that I might want instead of Kiki-Jiki? Because I think I just go and get Kiki-Jiki here. Oh, I need to pay 2 life. Or pay 2 mana. That was close. Yeah, we should definitely get me on that MTG bot train. Alright, so here's Kiki Jiki. I kind of fucked up there. I meant to be able to also keep open Restoration Angel mana. But whatever. Not a huge deal. The only other thing that I was thinking is, like, I did kind of want the ability to, like, or Kiki Jiki my own Cunning... Kiki Jiki Cunning Spark Mage. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Spell Queller. Killing Spell Queller. Yeah, so if I had tutored up, like, a... Inferno Titan, that would have been nasty as well. What do we do? What do we do? I guess I'll block with a Cunning Spark Mage. I'm scared my opponent knows a bug that I don't know. Baby. Alright. That'll do it. We have the resto too. But that was a pretty crazy game. That shows the power of worship. So I'm actually, as I've brought up before, I'm not playing this card in paper. So I'm a little bit hesitant to bring it in sometimes. But that showed off the full power of worship. This is the exact matchup that you wanted in. It seems like a card you won against Burn, but Burn actually has a surprising amount of interaction for worship. I'm not sure how Skullcrack and Worship work. I always forget. But at the very least, they just have a lot more lightning bolts. And if they draw a Grim Lavamancer, then they can kill all your creatures anyways. But yeah, that was crazy. My opponent had a full turn and a half, I think, where they could have killed a Noble Hierarch and won the game. That was a disgusting show for Worship there, for sure. All right, round 5. Oh, baby, I'm missing you so much. Can't help it, I'm in love. Like a year without rain. Alrighty, and we get to be on the play here for the finals. Keep a Birds of Paradise, Wall of Roots hand. I'm going to snap keep this one. Our opponent's got a Ghost Quarter, our Forest. It looks like the name's the same. What was the name of our last round opponent? Wasn't it Marshmallovsky? Or Marshmallowski? Seems very familiar to me if it wasn't our last round opponent. I don't think you can play the same opponent in 2 successive leagues. Alrighty. Ink me, take my Eternal Witness, and we will start setting up this Revelark. If my opponent has an Anger of the Gods or something dumb like that main deck, I could see taking Wall of Roots here. Otherwise, this hand's definitely going to get to cast a Revelark. They're going to need to Thoughtseize us next turn if we draw a land. Not that I really want to run out a turn 3 Revelark anyways. That's not super powerful. Alright, so I can Blood Moon them, cut them off black. Oh no, I can't Blood Moon them. Well, that makes my play slightly easier, unfortunately. Yeah, we played against this guy on Saturday night then. So he's playing Mardu for Lingering Souls. I fucked up this tapping, but oh well. Pretty sure my opponent beat us last time, so we'll get to fuck him up here a little bit. Ooh. Eldritch Evolution and a Revelark. So what I'm thinking is we probably want Huntmaster of the Fells here. Seems like it could be really good. My opponent does have a lot of burn spells in their deck, though. So if they just Lightning Bolt it, but they need to have exactly Lightning Bolt. And they would have bolted the bird, right? Yeah, I think they would have bolted the bird. So let's turn Wall of Roots into Huntmaster. If that goes poorly, we can always... if that goes poorly, then we can just Revelark them back anyways. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Take a look at what my other options are here. Oh, Scavenging Ooze could also be really good here. Could also just get Eternal Witness into Eternal Witness. But that loses my evolution. Yeah, we already have one Eternal Witness. Let's go get Huntmaster. I would consider a Avalanche Riders there if my opponent had a land out already. But they pretty much need Lightning Bolts to kill our Huntmaster or... Okay, they also play Burst Lightning. Well, that's another one they can have then. We still stop Young Pyromancer from attacking, and we get to play a 4/3 flyer next turn. Oh, they're going to bolt the Wolf. I don't actually think I like them bolting the Wolf here, considering I do have Revelark in the wings. I think that they slightly miscalculated there. Yeah, they forgot about the Revelark. They forgot about the Revelark. Unfortunate, but somebody's got to win. Alright, so Cunning Spark Mage is great against our opponent's deck. We already know that much. And Scavenging Ooze seems good. They have a decent amount of flashback cards, Lingering Souls, Faithless Looting, and it also gains life. These are definitely the best three cards: Cunning Spark Mage, Kitchen Finks, Scavenging Ooze, as well as Path to Exile. And you know what? Yeah, Burnt and Forge Tender is going to be pretty good too. I think they're a Bedlam Reveler deck, right? Yeah, they are. Alright, well, Bedlam Reveler is super sweet. I think Inferno Titan is likely to be too expensive, as are the Kiki Jikis. But maybe we'll still play one. Magus of the Moon seems horrible. Blood Moon is still okay, though. And then Selfless Spirit and Blood Moon are the questionables. So let's see. We want to board in these. That puts us up to 61. I'm still into these cards as well. I don't actually think my opponent brought in any dedicated sideboard cards for us, in what I can remember. Oh, we definitely want Baloth. They play Culligan's Command as well. So this is a... I do have... A lot of times at like F&M or something like that, you have the benefit of knowing exactly what cards your opponent are playing. And normally you don't on Magic Online, but I recognize my opponent's name and they're playing a specific enough deck that I'm going to be able to recognize a lot of the cards going on. If they didn't play the Faithless Looting, I'm not sure I would have figured it out, but I think I would have got there. Blood Crypt, I only played against so many Blood Crypt in the past 48 hours, so... I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I'm not feeling 62, though. I don't think we should play 62 cards. I think we probably want to play 60 cards. And the Avalanche Riders is, I think, mediocre. But are we boarding out Avalanche Riders just so that we can play a Reclamation Sage? Because the Avalanche Riders probably has... no, sometimes you just need the Reclamation Sage. We did win a game already, though. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, Blood Moons and Wall of Roots. I'll keep. Our opponent kept 7. And they are hitting us with a Swift Spear on turn 1. No, Faithless Looting. Okay, well that I can deal with for sure. Faithless Looting, discarding Lingering Souls, Lingering Souls. That's pretty nutty. Alright, let's just play Windswept Heath. We're going to play Wall of Roots turn 2. And they're probably going to play some Spirits, and they're going to fetch a basic Swamp here, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, they're just going to make a bunch of tokens. So we aren't going to take that much damage immediately, but we aren't going to be able to cut my opponent off of mana that easily here either. And the fact that they discarded the first half of their Lingering Souls means they're not really even going to care when we cut them off white. Drawing 2 Blood Moons, a little unlucky. We did board down to 4 from 5. Or sorry, board down to 3 from 5. So we drew 2 of our 3. And a flashback looting here. No, Fatal Push on Wall of Roots. Okay. Well, my opponent is planning on flashing back 2 Faithless Lootings next turn. Or 2 Lingering Souls next turn. So we can reduce that number to 1 Faithless Looting. I keep saying Faithless Looting when I mean Lingering Souls. At the same time, that cuts me off of so many of my spells. Cuts me off of Eternal Witness. I guess it doesn't cut me off of that much. Just Eternal Witness. Alright. I think denying my opponent 2 Spirit tokens is worth it. 2 Spirit tokens for 1 turn. Yep. If they don't even have another land here, then all that we did was take 2 points extra damage from our Blood Moon. Kitchen Finks is pretty decent on this current board. Inferno Titan, I think, is going to be quick enough to still keep us in this game. My opponent's just going to cast Spirit tokens and hit us in the air for... Oh, Young Pyromancer first. Forked Bolt, Persist, but they get 2 tokens off of that. Is Peasy coming in? It's not. They're going to send in both Young Pyromancers next turn, but I'm going to choose not to block here. All the Blood Moons. Blood Moon flooded. I think did they just have lethal here? Black. No, they're 1 off. Okay, so we go down to 1. Well, now it doesn't even matter. Actually, what if I draw, like, Restoration Angel? Nah, I mean, I can't win. Drew Restoration Angel, but still don't think I can win. So if we block Young Pyromancer and Young Pyromancer, we're going to take 7, and we'll be dead. Flood Moon. You are correct indeed. Oh, I boarded out Inferno Titan? I like Inferno Titan more than Kiki Jiki. After that game, I like it more than Blood Moon. Maybe I just take out all the Blood Moons and try to have some more aggressive creatures. I don't know. It's not like Worship is any good against them. I think I still am going to play 2 Blood Moons. Let's play 2 of the same Blood Moons. But I think I'm still going to play 2. You like Worship over Blood Moons? Could see it. There's only 2 Blood Moons here. I think my opponent's deck is like very high on removal. But it could be sweet. Well, yeah, he's not going to have outs to it because he's playing Mardu. He can have like Wear and Tear for the Blood Moon, but it's kind of counterproductive. Selfless Spirit, Quasali Pride Mage. My opponent hasn't shown any like hate cards against us, so that means I could also not play Reclamation Sage, but I think Sage is still probably fair to keep in the deck. Yeah, they could probably play Moon themselves, you're right. Do they got the Bolt? No, they got Inquisition for our Evolution. But our Scavenging Oozes are both going to be good too, so they might take one of those. Yeah, alright, they take a Scavenging Ooze. I could Evolution this into Kitchen Finks or Eternal Witness or Magus of the Moon. I think I'm just going to play Scavenging Ooze and let it die to a removal spell, though. If it doesn't immediately die to a removal spell, I get to go get Huntmaster. Yeah, Ooze is definitely really good against him. I'm just going to crack this now. Alright, there goes our Evolution. And a Burst Lightning for Scavenging Ooze. Fatal Push. Fatal Push for Ooze. Alright. You just have to top deck better than a Mardu deck. Top deck better than a Thoughtseize deck. It's not unreasonable. Are they bolting the bird? Well, turn 4, but bolt the bird is still a reasonable strategy. I should have fetched a red source there, a Sacred Foundry. Misclick. Could have also represented Restoration Angel. Just kind of wanted to get the lands out of my deck, but that was probably a little bit loose. Just going to bolt my face and start bringing the beats. Ooh, Bedlam Reveler as well. Okay. Alright, so now I can chord for X equals 2. Is that all? Ugh. And both of my Scavenging Oozes are already in the bin. I guess I'm just going to get a Voice of Resurgence and block Young Pyromancer here. No, that seems even worse now, too. I think I still have to do it. Oh, Burnt and Forge Tender. That's a lot better. Unless they have Fatal Push, this is a lot better. This gets to block Bedlam Reveler forever and eat a token a turn. Pretty sure I want to cast this card here. Question is, do I want to leave my opponent with a prowess creature or a bunch of elemental tokens? I think I don't want to keep a card in my hand for a turn against a Thoughtseize deck. I also get blown out if I try to kill this and they just bolt me in response. And I don't want to take any more damage, so yeah, I'm going to Fiery Justice just to clean off the board here. So they're going to gain 3 life. They might make another token in response. That wouldn't be a horrible play, actually. Just bolt me in response. All right. And we've got the answer for Bedlam Reveler. Just got to stay back and block. We got ourselves a little bit of a top deck war, but our opponent might have Lingering Souls. That would be super scary. I don't think they have it here. I think they just... because they could have played it last turn, right? Yeah. All right, so no attacks. We've stabilized. And Burnt and Forge Tender Warship is a pretty nasty combo as well, as is Voice of Resurgence to the fold. We were kind of free to attack there, but I'm just going to keep Burnt and Forge Tender back. Looks like they are a little bit flooded at this point. They could use another Bedlam Reveler, for sure. Culligan's Command, getting back Young Pyromancer, and probably shocking me. Oh no, killing Voice of Resurgence. Interesting. I would have expected them to shock me here, considering my life total is so low. Ooh, that's a great draw. Cunning Spark Mage, and then we'll just immediately kill off this Young Pyromancer. Also get a bigger Elemental token. I can actually attack with this Elemental, because Bedlam Reveler can't really block it right now. I think this is free. So basically, they can make a choice here if they want to give themselves 1 turn to top deck a removal spell. Well, that's not a bad block. All right, and we've got them on a 16-turn clock now. Or 17-turn clock, rather. But we can still keep crashing with this Elemental token for free. My opponent probably should have saved 1 land for Fatal Push. 1 fetch land. Dreadbore targeting Cunning Spark Mage. Sounds good. We'll ping him. Fortunately, can't prevent that with Burnt and Forge Tender. Mountain sounds good. We can cast Kiki Chord now. I'll play it. There really was no reason to play it, but maybe they play like Liliana of the Veil or something silly like that. Path to Exile, that's not a bad one. I'm a little bit afraid of Monastery's Swift Spear attacking in with haste, and I think I'd rather Path to Exile a Young Pyromancer than anything else. So I'm going to hang on to this Path to Exile, even though it would mean we get to start attacking for 3. I will potentially change my mind if I draw another creature or something, but I'd rather be able to use it to kill a Young Pyromancer. Alright, they discard, looks like Thoughtseize, Blackleaf Cliffs, play Young Pyromancer, and then do they have a follow-up play? I'm going to go ahead and path this. Looks like they didn't have a play to make a token as well. Blood Moon would be an absolutely horrible draw here, so glad I don't have access to it. Sacred Foundry now? Alright, this one I'll hang on to. Maybe they'll think it's another Path to Exile. They're probably just going to wait 2 turns and flashback Faithless Looting here. Alright, we'll run out Birds of Paradise. 1 more creature and I can at least start trying to potentially get in with an elemental token. Do have to be careful of burn spells and stuff like that. Fatal Push is a really, really good draw for them at any point. They're going to wait one more turn on the Faithful Suiting there. So basically, I can attack with a 4/4 now, but if they use a spell in response, this will shrink back down. Huh. What is all this mana? Oh, Burst Lightning. Targeting me. They don't have lethal, right? They have lethal. They were just waiting for me to cast a spell. GG, well played. Yeah, they were thinking maybe I was holding open like a Chord of Calling or something. So waiting till I tapped a little bit of mana. Nicely done. Oh, I thought I F6'd. My bad. So that is another match lost to Marshmallovsky. Well played, my friend. That is going to be it today for my streaming here. Just a short little stream. I wanted to finish up this nullified league play here. But if you'd like, you can hit that follow button. Oh, why not sack Forge Tender? Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Yeah. No reason. I just fucked up. Yeah, that was silly. I definitely could have played around that one. Well, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that would have been nice. All right. That's pretty dumb. And that's a horrible note to end the stream on as well. But Ixodor's Dreams and I are going to record some versus videos. So what I was going to say was feel free to check us out on YouTube. You can find a link for my YouTube channel in the info in the panels below, or the panels in the info below, rather. And there you can find past stream VODs as well as highlight videos and versus videos, one of which we should be uploading within the next few days here after we record it now. That is pretty much it, I think. Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb as shit. But on to the epic versus showtime. And yeah, I got nothing else. Guess I'm a little tired. I'm gonna splash some water on my face before we record those versus videos. Let me just find somebody to host here, and then I will end the stream. But yeah, that's Ixodor's talking in chat. If you want to hit him up as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Peace.